What's up, everyone? It's the Deuce. It's my boy Duda, and we're going to be doing something a little different here. First of all, I want to apologize for my lack of wrestling videos lately. To be honest, I've just been so lazy, haven't really felt like making one, and I've been so disappointed with WWE recently in recent weeks, so fuck it. But this is going to be kind of a weekly thing almost, called First and Deuce. Well, those of you familiar with ESPN, you know First and 10, that show with Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith, and they bitch at each other or whatnot, certain sport topics. So we kind of compiled some things that are going on in the sports world right now, and
yeah, we did.
He talks too. So yeah, we're just gonna get right into it. We're gonna talk about NBA off season, MLB playoffs, and give our thoughts on the NFL and upcoming season. So all right, we're gonna get started here. With the NBA offseason so far. Now, a couple things I want to point out. First of all, talk about who I've been most impressed with, and I admit I'm going to be a little biased. I've been impressed with the Celtics offseason. Losing Ray Allen kind of sucks, all the years he spent with us. And but I love, Fab Melo, Sullinger, Chris Joseph, those three picks. We need young blood, and KG coming back is just always fucking awesome.
I must say, I really do approve of the Courtney Lee.
And that too. Courtney Lee is more than a reasonable substitution for Ray Allen.
I feel like he'll fit that role very well.
Exactly, yeah. And apparently he's been real comfortable in camp so far. It's not even camp, but his summer workouts. So he's getting in the niche, if you will, in his niche. So that's what I've been impressed with. What about you, dude?
I'm also going to be very biased.
It's okay. That's what we're all about here.
Or New Jersey Nets now, Brooklyn Nets. But I'm very, the Nets this year are going to be dependent on one thing, and it's not Darren Williams, it's not Joe Johnson, it's not Gerald Wallace. It's the big man, Brook Lopez.
That's true.
Because
wasn't that healthy last year?
He played 4 games last year, I believe, and those 4 games just tore it up.
He is a good player. I've always actually liked Brook Lopez, and matter of fact, I kind of thought the Nets didn't even need to get Dwight Howard, because then they'd kind of just be kicking Brook out on his ass. And he's still young. I think, is he younger?
He's still very young. He's like 24, 25.
24. Dwight's 26. So, regardless, Nets definitely very improved. The East is going to be really competitive, and you can even throw the Knicks in there too. Jason Kidd and
Raymond Felton.
Raymond Felton back on the squad. So, and old vet Marcus Camby. So,
that's
I'm actually really looking forward to the NBA. This year. And next, obviously the biggest storyline this offseason, this summer, the NBA world, is Dwight Howard getting traded to the Lakers. Now, for those of you who've been living under a rock, I'll go over the details of the trade here. So the Lakers, they got Dwight Howard, Chris Duhon, and Earl Clark. This was a 4-team trade, by the way. The Magic got Josh McRoberts, or as Dickie V would say, Josh McRoberts, the type of dandy, baby. Josh McRoberts, Christian Ujenga, I don't know, I think he works at 7-Eleven.
Basically a bunch of scum.
Maurice Harkless, Nikola Vujacic, Aaron Aflalo, Al Harrington, and Josh. Can you look at that?
I must say the only thing they got decent out of this trade is Aaron Aflalo and picks. But even Aaron Aflalo.
And, that's right, Aaron Aflalo and Al Harrington, and they got picks. The 76ers got Jay Rich, Andrew Bynum, and in 1989.
To get to your text.
Nuggets got Andre Iguodala. Talk about the trade a little. I gotta handle some business.
Hold on, just one moment, pal.
Word. Sorry, I was checking my sources here, Adam Schefter. So yeah, again, Lakers, Dwight, Duhon, Earl Clark, Magic, Josh McRoberts, a couple of Pop-Tarts. Sixers got Jay Rich, Andrew Bynum, and the Nuggets got Andre Iguodala. Now, what pisses me off most about this trade, and I'm sure Duda here can vouch for me, is that the Lakers didn't even have to give up Pau Gasol. Is that fair?
Exactly. I couldn't.
All right. Now, I'm sorry, David Stern. How do you let this trade happen?
How do you? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. It's offer your thoughts.
How do you not allow the CP3 trade, but you do allow the D12 trade?
Exactly. I don't understand.
They already have Steve Nash. They have Kobe.
This is the Lakers starting 5 for this year. All right, point guard Steve Nash, Kobe, shooting guard, Metta World Peace, small forward, And then you got Powell as power forward, and now you have Dwight, Superman as your center.
And not to mention, they have Anton Jamison on the bench.
That's right. That's a good point. They picked him up, too. And I don't believe they have Sessions anymore.
No,
or
they got
Steve Blake
and Duhan.
Steve Blake is an acceptable backup.
Duhan I feel like Duhan.
But the fact of the matter is, if you're sitting there and you can't say that Stern doesn't want to see the Heat Lakers finals, I mean, you're out of your mind, because that's what it looks like it's headed to. I mean, I'm happy the Celtics don't have to deal with Dwight in the East anymore, but
what I'm really pissed off about, Deuce, is the Orlando Magic.
Those poor guys.
They didn't approve of the Brooklyn Nets trade. They could have gotten a better deal from the Brooklyn Nets for my pick. They had so many picks lined up from the Nets and the Cavaliers, and they would have gotten Brook Lopez and Marshawn Brooks. Somewhat would have gone to either the Bobcats or the Cavaliers or something like that. But no, they settled for a bunch of scums and 3 first-round picks. That's what really grinds my gears.
Yeah, I don't know. I still can't believe that trade went through. And to be honest, it just sucks. I mean, granted, Kobe's getting older. He's still Kobe though, and Nash he's playing with a winner now, so he's going to be at his A game. And Ron Artest, Meta World Peace is always his crazy self. And Powell, if you watch the Olympics, you could tell his game is diminishing. No, I was actually going to say diminishing. Like, he's not the Powell that the Lakers got 3 years ago when they won the
I think he played pretty well.
Enough of the Lakers talk.
Hold on, before we move on from that topic, I would like to say, I think the 76ers are still a force to be reckoned with.
That's true also. And that's a very good point, dude. The East now, throwing the Celtics, Nets, Knicks, you can't forget about Philly now.
That Atlantic division I would not be surprised if 4 teams could come out of that division and go into the playoffs.
And the Raptors.
Raptors are they're out
of
conversation.
The only thing I have a problem with the Sixers is that they gave up Lou Williams in that deal, and that was an essential part of their offense. And Jay Rich, I mean, he's okay, but he's not
he's not the Jay Rich of old.
So all right, so that's that. And now to finish off the NBA, we're gonna give our Rookie of the Year predictions, and I'm gonna start. You want to start?
You can go first.
I don't know if any of you agree with me on this, but I was a fan of this kid when he played at Kentucky, and he goes by the name of Michael Kidd Gilchrist. 2nd overall pick, I believe, Charlotte, and we all know the Bobcats are absolutely abysmal. But they have a strong, they have a bit of a young nucleus, if you will. Adding Kemba Walker. Yeah, Kemba Walker. And you got, like, Bismack Biyombo and some other guys. But obviously the Bobcats aren't going to be anything this year. But I really like this kid's game. He's quick as hell off the ball. He can slash in the lanes. He can hit threes. He's really do-it-all. Yeah, exactly what my boy just said. He's a do-it-all type of player.
Dude, you're going to be very surprised.
Who do you got, dude?
I'm picking Andre Drummond. From UConn, the center, I feel like he's going to shine with Greg Monroe in Detroit, the 9th overall pick.
I agree. I completely forgot about him.
Those two, you've Greg Monroe as the 4, because I know Detroit said they were going to move him to 4. Now you have Drummond as the 5. How could you stop those two big men?
And that's very true. And Greg Monroe was amazing last year. He was a sleeper I had on my fantasy team.
Let me throw a name out there, Dion Waiters. This is going to make the Cavs very competitive. They had the best pick last year, Rookie of the Year.
Absolutely, yeah.
What's his name?
Kyrie
Irving. Yeah.
This is my boy Josh, by the way.
Waiters, he's a do-it-all kind of player. He's been compared to Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, so you got a lot of young teams looking to make some noise this year. All right, so enough of the NBA. Now we're going to get to MLB. Talk about a little playoff race, give our predictions on MVPs, and talk a little about Melky Cabrera's suspension yesterday, because I just don't understand what these guys are going to learn. But MLB playoff race, I'm going to start off with my Cy Young predictions. Now, the AL, I'm going to go with David Price. Now, I just want to make something clear with all of you. This is one of the most recent baseball seasons where I have not paid attention at all because my Red Sox are just absolutely pathetic. Like, it's a circus act. I know we're the joke. We're basically the butt of the jokes right now.
Being completely honest, I still think you guys have a chance.
Yeah, we were just looking at the standings, and the Sox are 6.5 behind the wild card race.
If you look in the past, 5 years, how many teams have come back from 10 games behind, I still think the Red Sox have a chance. They're like
that's optimism right there, folks.
That's one big streak away. They start right now with the Yankees tonight. They sweep them tonight. I'm a Yankees fan. If the Red Sox sweep them tonight, it turns everything around.
That's true. There's still 45 games left in baseball.
Not the way the Yankees ball.
But anyway, the Cy Young, I'm going to go with David Price of the AL, obviously. Sorry, I'm a little scattered here. My notes are all over the place. He's 16-4. He's got of the Tampa Bay Rays, first of all, 16-4, 2.39 ERA. That's solid, especially in the AL. And he's got 159 strikeouts. Now, last year he had a horrible season, and that's why I'm actually so surprised he's pitching so well, is because he's been very erratic and hasn't really shown any signs of consistency since he's been in the league. But this kid's got some really good stuff, and the Rays, they're always there now. The last 5 years, ever since Madden has been there, they've been in contention. So I wouldn't be surprised if he wins them some games in the playoffs.
Mind if I jump in for my prediction?
Yeah, that's my AL Cy Young prediction.
For my prediction, I'm not going off wins and losses right now, because right now this team is abysmal. They're trash. So that's why I'm going with King Felix.
I completely forgot about him.
His ERA is 2.34. His record, I think, 11-4, 11-5.
Just threw a perfect game 2 days ago.
Perfect game a couple days ago.
He's unbelievable.
He's playing. Yeah, he is playing in Pitcher's Park, but still, he's playing on a team that gives him no runs.
Exactly, you got to give him credit for that. Exactly, he's pitching on a shitty team. Very good point, Duda. Okay, so.
Wait, can I throw one thing in here?
Yeah, my friend Josh gets it.
AJ Burnett for the Pirates, possible NL Cy Younger.
That's
true. I think he's 15-4.
Yeah.
Not sure what his ERA is.
It's about 3.5.
He got screwed out of a no-hitter a few weeks back.
That's what I was thinking about doing. Too.
Another thing is AL MVP Mike Trout of the Angels. This is a guy who's young, he's a stud, and he came up late this year.
Let's not get scattered here. We're on track of the NL Cy Young now.
The NL Cy Young now.
I think both of us, we kind of already talked about this. R.A. Dickey, guy's 15-4, and with Tim Wakefield retired, this guy's the only knuckleballer, if not one of the only left in baseball.
Leading the NL in wins.
2.89 ERA. He's got 175 strikeouts.
That's ridiculous.
And everyone knows the Mets always struggle, but he's had a very solid season.
With Santana not being there, he's taken the reins, leading the Mets to somewhat of a, I wouldn't say bright future, but somewhat of a future.
And now our MVP race. AL for me, I'm going to go with Miguel Cabrera of the Detroit Tigers. He's batting .327, 30 home runs, 103 runs batted in, and he's got an on-base percentage of .388. And I just think, he's power hitters, usually they'll hit 30, 40 home runs, but they'll only hit like 270. But to see a guy actually hitting well above 300, 327 with 30 and 100, 30 homers, 100 runs batted in, that's pretty impressive for me, and the Tigers are killing it. So
the one thing I have to say about that, though, is he has a great lineup with him. That's
true, yeah. He's got Prince.
He's got, even Delman Young's not doing too bad. He's got, who's their third baseman now?
Tigers?
Yeah, I'm blanking on it. The third baseman's doing well. But with this my AL MVP pick, I'm going on offense and defense. That's why I'm picking Mike Trout. He's been a stud in center field.
I was going to pick him. Yeah. Very solid young player for the Angels.
He's also in contention. He's good. He's going to win Rookie of the Year.
He's batting .340, so he's having a really good season.
When the Angels were like bottom feeders in the beginning of the year, when Pujols was slumping, Morales wasn't even there, Trumbo was slumping a little bit.
Josh, can you give me a pen?
And that's when Trout really stepped up. They called him up, just tore shit up from the start, and really stepped up his game. Doing great.
All right. And now it's my NL prediction. I've been a fan. First of all, I've been a fan of this team since they've always been shitty. I always root for them, and that's the Pittsburgh Pirates. And my pick for NL MVP is Andrew McCutchen.
I totally agree.
This kid is absolutely disgusting. He's batting .359, and he's not really known for his power, but he's got 24 home runs, 72 runs batted in.
He's gotten a lot of steals,
So,
too.
and it's safe to say he'll probably have 30 home runs by the end of the year and 90
And he's
RBIs.
also playing very good defense for a Pittsburgh team.
423 on base percentage, so he gets on base a lot, and he flies. I just always like the Pirates. They have a lot of good young players.
I like the Pirates.
So, all right, we can both agree on that. So, okay, and last thing, we're not really going to spend too much time on this.
I'm a little heartbroken with
the
this.
Melky Cabrera 50-game suspension. It's just another case of a guy, didn't really have that great. Well, he played all right last year, but then, he comes back this year, and all of a sudden his numbers are through the roof. He's suspended 50 games, and he said he was sorry. He knew what he was doing, and what do you think about this?
I'm heartbroken.
I just don't understand when they're going to learn, these guys, honestly.
I'm heartbroken, dude, because he dealt with this with A-Rod. He dealt with it with Pettit when he was on the Yankees. Then he went to Kansas City last year, had a solid season. I wouldn't say good, wouldn't say bad. It was a solid, average season. Now he goes to San Francisco and tearing shit up. I had a feeling something was up, because you don't just jump off like that,
That's true.
I mean,
and 50 games. He's basically that's the rest of the season.
It's the rest of the season. 5 games into the playoffs.
Is it 5 games?
5 games, and if they don't make it, it carries on into next year.
And if he if he gets fucked again,
100 games.
100 games, and then one more, you're banned from baseball. So
I loved Melky when I was on the Yankees. He was a clutch hitter. He was a clutch hitter.
And you can tell because he was playing basically for a contract next year, right? Am I right? Like that.
And he got that contract.
He decided, hey, why not? Bulk up a little. Teams will want to. I'll garner interest from some teams.
And he did. I mean, it's hard to tell because he was always on the chubby side. And then he trimmed down when he was in Atlanta. Then he went to Kansas City, and now he's
That's right. He was in Kansas City last year. Yep. So I mean, it's just another case of talented guy. Obviously, I just don't understand when these guys are going to learn. And this is my opinion. I don't know if Duda feels the same way, but I just feel baseball has been tainted for so long now.
I'd say since at least in mid-90s.
It's not even that. I'm just saying ever since the Bond shit.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? But so enough
Guys
about baseball.
have always gotten an edge in baseball.
Enough about baseball. I think we're gonna now to finish off our pilot episode of First and Deuce. I think everyone wants to talk about this right now because it's right around the corner. We're gonna talk about some National Football League pigskin. Now we're gonna talk about some draft busts, steals.
What's going on in Miami?
Yeah, that's circus, and our predictions, and just some overall thoughts on the league. All right, draft busts. First of all, this was a very deep draft class this year. First of all, I cannot wait to see all the rookies this year. I actually knew a pretty good amount of the rookies in the draft. So, we're gonna start off with busts in this year's rookie draft class, and I'm gonna start with Brandon Whedon, quarterback, got drafted by the Browns. I believe he's 27, 28-year-old rookie, and
he's one of my busts.
He was good. Oklahoma State, he was throwing to Justin Blackmon, disgusting. We all know about him.
Now he's in Cleveland.
And now, I watched a couple of his preseason games and some highlights. He was 3 for 9 for 62 yards the other day, and he threw a pick or whatever. He was just getting thrown around like a rag doll. He almost looked pathetic.
I would agree with you.
But do you think Colt McCoy will take the job?
That's what I'm saying. Colt McCoy will probably get his job back. So.
I feel by mid-season, it's Colt McCoy.
And my other bust is on his teammate Trent Richardson. Now, this is a big bust, and it's very disappointing in a way for me because I was picking this guy to be the next Adrian Peterson, if not better. If any of you saw him at Alabama, he was an absolute tank. You've seen him play. Yeah. He's a fucking machine. And I think he just had knee surgery. I don't think did he get hurt during
camp?
So, okay. Knee surgery, I'm not sure how long he's out for.
I think it's most of the year.
It just sucks. It seems guys get injured tying their, fucking lacing up their cleats these days, and it sucks because he was going to be one of my steals.
I mean, look at
So who are your 2 draft busts?
Well, you got both my busts right there.
Oh, okay.
But I must say, with who'd you just say? Trent Richardson. Another topic of injuries is just doing stupid stuff. Look at Terrell Suggs. I'm a Ravens fan. I am disgusted right now. Allegedly
tough.
did it during training camp, But from what other sources said, he was like screwing around, doing like basketball or something like that.
Yeah, he was playing pickup basketball.
Come on, man, you're in the NFL. Don't stop screwing around. Do your fucking job.
I agree, dude. So yeah, that sucks for that. Now we're gonna go with steals, positive. Will you start with your steals?
Well,
Who we think are gonna be, primetime players this year?
This player isn't a rookie, but I believe this player. Well, I have two offensive steals and one defensive steal. Both of them, my two offensives, are both coming off injuries. One being Darren McFadden, I think is going to have a breakout season, and Beanie Wells for the
I agree.
Cardinals, yeah. I feel like Beanie Wells is going to overthrow the league. He's going to have a great year. I don't know if he's going to lead the league in rushing, but he's going to help lead the Cardinals. I don't think they're going to win the division, but maybe even a wild card spot. I would not be surprised with that.
I agree. Just real quickly, the steals of the draft, I'm going to go with Chandler Jones out of Syracuse. The Pats desperately need we needed a pass rusher, and this guy, I couldn't have asked for anyone better. I just saw him against the Saints for a little, and he was getting to the quarterback. He was harassing whoever was playing QB, whether it's Breeze or, their second string, whatever, and he is a beast. He's fit. He's young. That's exactly what we need. And my other steal, I loved this guy at Oregon, LaMichael James. On San Francisco, granted, obviously that's Frank Gore's job at tailback position, but this little motherfucker can scoot, no pun intended, and he's gonna he can scoot and he sees an opening, he flies, he turns on the afterburners, and he's good out of the backfield. I just really like this.
I got one more steal for you. You're probably gonna agree with me. I don't know. But with the injury of Terrell Suggs, this player is going to step up his game, and that's Courtney Upshaw for the Baltimore Ravens. He's going to. He's
out of Alabama, I believe.
I believe so. And he's going to play defensive end. Wouldn't be surprised if I see him an outside linebacker. He's going to be an ape. He's going to be a pure ape.
Yeah, he's a beast. All right, and
shout out here to Quentin Coples as a possible steal for the Jets. Guy out of UNC. Didn't have a great year last year, but there was a change in coaching, different schemes. He's a guy who's attitude problems. Yeah. Maybe he's not that great in practice, but if you saw the preseason game, he was moving people at the line of the scrimmage.
He's a big boy,
yeah,
definitely. So. And Duda and I each picked one bounce back player of the year. Kind of someone who guys didn't really play, either didn't play last year or just had a really bad season. I'm going to go the latter, who didn't play last year because he was playing arena football, and I think he's going to have a fucking awesome season this year. You know him as T.O.
Yep.
The Seahawks, I just think, they got, who's the other wide receiver? Braylon Edwards.
Yeah.
And I think Russell Wilson, watch out for that kid. He's going to be a stud. He's going to be starting on that team. He's going to be a starting quarterback. And T.O., I just think they're gonna have a good season, dude. I've always liked the Seahawks.
Originally, I was gonna go with counterpart as T.O. I was gonna go as Chad Johnson with the Dolphins, but now, as you know, he's been
a moron
without a job right now. Man, keep your hands to yourself. It's a fucking wife.
Yeah.
Relax.
What?
But now I totally agree with T.O. I think he's, with a year out of the NFL, I think he's ready to
and
prove himself.
he always keeps himself in shape, so that's never a question. Like, the guy is ripped.
He's going to be a Hall of Famer one day.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
not be surprised if he tears it up one
Oh, my God, and I completely forgot. I could say the same thing for Randy Moss. Didn't play last year.
Yeah.
Look at him on San Fran now. Watch out. Those guys in the same division.
Now has someone to throw to. Now he's got Marlon Manningham, too.
Vernon
Watch
Davis.
out for the 49ers.
Yeah.
Vernon Davis.
The 49ers, I'd like to add, they re-signed every player from the starting defense last year, and their defense was beast.
Yeah, very, very solid team right there in the NFC. So we got that out of the way. Now we're just gonna run down
what's going on in Miami. You wanna do that?
No, fuck it. They're not worth our time. Chad Johnson, I'm just gonna say, bro, like, you're an idiot, man. How many times are you gonna do this?
I'm just curious to see who you think's gonna take that job as quarterback.
I think it's going to be Ryan Tannehill. It's going to be him. They drafted him.
I mean,
Matt Moore is a good backup to have. So.
And right now they're rebuilding. Why not start with a fresh start with a new QB?
Yeah, look out for David Garrard if something goes wrong with both Moore.
That's a good call.
Well, once David Garrard gets healthy.
Garrard is a veteran.
Once he gets healthy, though, he's injured.
That's a good call.
That's true. Yeah, he's out 4 weeks.
All right. So the last thing we're going to do is our predictions for each division. Before we do that, we're going to do our offensive and defensive rookie of the year.
Forgot about that.
For me, offense rookie of the year, it's a no-brainer. No, I'm picking RG3. I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna kill it. I think he's gonna be better than Luck at least this year.
Definitely.
I think Luck is gonna struggle a little this year.
I
don't know. He's definitely an NFL look. I don't know what it is.
I feel like RG3 is going to be better faster, but in the long run, Luck will have the better career.
I see that too,
but
yeah.
I feel like RG3 is going to have
so athletic.
an identical season to Cam Newton did last year. They have the same kind of style.
I completely agree.
Both runners, both throw the ball.
Speaking of Cam Newton, he's going to be a monster this year. Watch out for him.
Oh, yeah, he will.
RG3 offensive rookie of the year. The Redskins might not, do well, but he, I think, is going to at least put them in competitive games. And defensive rookie of the year, I'm going to go with Morris Claiborne. 6'6", 6'7" corner at LSU. Cowboys drafted him. He's been out all camp because he's recovering from broken wrist surgery, I think. But he's suiting up tomorrow night, Saturday night for their preseason game. But this dude, he's 6'7". I saw his highlights. Watched some tapes of him at LSU. He's tall. He's an on-ball defender. He's a ball hawk, basically. He's young as hell. He's 21, 22. And, I mean, that's the thing. You don't have many big corners, and he's got the size to go up against the likes of, Calvin Johnson and who are some other, Randy Moss, Teal, all those guys in the NFC he'll be dealing with. So, and I really like this kid.
I was going to pick Morris Claiborne, but then I figured he's coming off the injury right now. Maybe he's going to be a little shaky to start off the season. That's why I'm going with Courtney Upshaw. He was also one of my steals in the draft.
This guy.
Courtney Upshaw, with Terrell Suggs out, he's going to step up his game.
True.
He knows what he's got to do. He's got a great leader in that locker room already with Ed Reed and Ray Lewis. So they're going to make sure he stays in line. He's going to know what to do. Who knows how much longer Ed Reed and Ray Lewis have in the league.
That's true.
They want to win now. And Courtney Upshaw is going to help them do that.
And Suggs will be back, if anything, by towards the end of the year. If not ready for playoffs, which that's really all that matters anyway, right? All right. So, and the last thing we're going to talk about here on the first pilot episode of First and Deuce is our predictions, for the division. So,
you want me to start off?
We'll start with the NFC. My predictions: NFC East. This is a bit of a stretch, and it's not just because I absolutely despise the Giants. I had a feeling, they're probably going to win the division, but you never know. Dallas always does give them some trouble. I'm going with the Cowboys. I know Tony Romo can be very erratic, you got Dez Bryant is an absolute turning into a superstar. DeMarco Murray, that kid he's coming off a little bit of an injury, but he had a breakout season last year, and now he's with the Cowboys for a full season. Watch out.
The only thing I have to say about that is I have Cowboys bottom of the NFC East.
Okay.
I have them below the Skins and the Eagles. Their season is going to be carried by DeMarcus Ware.
That's exactly right. He's the anchor of that team. He's
the anchor of that defense. As long as he plays good on defense, keeping teams low scoring, that would help him a lot. Because who knows what Tony Romo's going to do?
Exactly.
Tony he's a coin flip every other game. And be good one game, awful the next.
Exactly. And let's think about the East. The Giants are going to be there to the end. The Eagles, you can never tell with them because they can start out well and then they'll go cold, or they'll start out shitty and gain momentum. Well, it's to be honest, I don't know what to say about them. It all depends on Vic if he can stay healthy.
I'm picking the Giants for that division, but I would not be surprised if I see the Eagles in first.
That's true.
Because I have no idea who's going to be running the ball for the Giants.
That's true,
They drafted that rookie.
Eli's not running.
Eli is not going to run. Who knows how good Eli is going to be now with Manningham gone? All he now has is Cruz and Nix.
That's right.
What's going to happen?
They lost Terrell Thomas again with a torn ACL.
So who knows what's going to happen with them?
So.
I'm a little hesitant on that pick.
And Redskins, obviously, they probably won't win, but it's going to be a very exciting year.
I think they're going to be very competitive. Exactly. I don't see them winning this year. I can see them in third place.
The North, NFC North, it's Green Bay. Who else are you going to pick?
Who do you got second place, though?
I honestly could see Minnesota doing well. Adrian Peterson, he tore his ACL towards the end of last year. He's my favorite running back in the NFL. who's their quarterback? Christian
Ponder.
Ponder? You never know. Teams surprise people some years. Actually, you know what? I could see the Lions. What am I talking about? The Lions could be in second place.
You know who?
Stafford to Megatron. I mean, you can't. And you got Ndamukong Suh and Nick Fairley eating people on defense.
This might be the year that Lions overtake Green Bay.
Exactly. And who did they get?
I'm gonna mention a team that you have yet to. Exactly.
And the Bears, that's
Chicago
right.
is going to win that.
Marshall now.
I can't.
Brandon Marshall, Jay Cutler are back together.
Exactly.
They got that duo. They're going to.
You know Urlacher's going to anchor that. You know Urlacher's going to captain that D. I'm sorry, my boy John. He's a diehard Bears fan. I can't believe I forgot about
the one problem I have with the Bears though is they're
going to kill it.
Their running back Matt Forte is very disgruntled. They signed that running back this off Michael Bush this season. They signed him.
He's good backup.
But I think they're planning on having Michael Bush start and have Matt Forte on the bench, and that's why Matt Forte's pissed off. You know,
all these guys, they just want money.
They just want money. They want to be the star of the show. You know, who knows what's going to happen there.
So let's try and wrap this up.
We'll go quicker.
NFC South, that division belongs to Drew Brees and the Saints.
I disagree.
Especially, he signed a 5-year, $100 million contract, so he's going to finish his career with that team.
I disagree with that.
What? Who do you got?
I got the Panthers. I got the Panthers.
That's a stretch. That's a good pick. You never know.
Like I
just feel like Drew Brees, and despite of their bounty shit and Doma being
going on.
That's true, but Drew Brees.
He's Drew Brees. He's gonna. I mean, I could definitely see New Orleans winning, but I really think the Panthers are gonna give him a run for the money.
I see that too. I like Carolina. And last division NFC, the West, I'm going with San Francisco.
San Fran all the way.
They were excellent last season, and now they've had a whole off season. All those guys with the rookies and Randy Moss in to get that nucleus, gelled.
Don't be surprised with the Cardinals, though.
Yeah, to be honest, I like the West because I could see San Francisco and Seattle battling it out to at the end of the season.
Seattle and St. Louis.
San Francisco, watch out for them. And now to the AFC. AFC East. Of course, I'm be biased.
I'm going to agree with you.
I'm picking the Pats. Brady obviously. You don't understand this. I haven't looked forward to a Patriots offense this much since when we got Welker and Brady in 2007. Brandon Lloyd, from what I've been reading, has been catching everything Brady's been throwing at his way in practice. He's smart. He understands the game. He's already gelling with Brady, not like Chad Johnson, who was lost from day one.
More importantly, though, Deuce, their defense improved.
Exactly. That's exactly. And what I like is Chandler Jones, dude, and not to mention Donta Hightower is going to be our linebacking core. Gerard Mayo, Donta Hightower, and Brandon Spikes on the middle spot.
I got one question.
And Chandler Jones now fitting in great. We're our base 4-3-D. Oh.
I got one question for you, though.
Oh, dude, take it away.
What do you think about the Jets? When do you think Tebow is going to overthrow Sanchez as the starting QB?
Here's the thing. People need to stop, especially ESPN. All they do is focus on harassing the Jets. It's Tebow this, Sanchez that, and it's just like we're going to see what happens when the season starts.
The only way Tebow overtakes Sanchez is if our offensive line sucks and starts collapsing. The only way we can win is with Tebow scrambling and shit like that, making something happen. That's the only way. The media will try to push Tebow.
I agree.
As soon as Sanchez has
I feel like if the Jets start off the season like 1-2 or 1-3 or something like that, that's when Rex Ryan's going to say, you know what, it's Tebow time.
Here's the thing with the Jets. The defense is always there. You never have to, especially the secondary, you never have to worry about it. Revis, best corner in the game. You never have to worry about, giving up big plays or anything like that. It's going to be the offensive line. Can Nick Mangold and, some of those other guys.
And the right tackle spot is our biggest
Exactly. And Damian Woody retiring,
I hate the Jets. I hate seeing them on ESPN. But I am interested in seeing them run that Wildcat with Tebow. That's the only thing I'm looking forward to seeing.
But I'm picking the Pats.
Yeah, I would agree.
So I think Brady to Lloyd, big year.
Watch out for the Bills adding Martin Williams.
I got them in the bottom of the division. I got the Dolphins over there.
Bills are going to be
Pick it up.
North, who do you got?
Next.
Give me a little sniff before you say it.
North, I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens.
I agree.
I got to go to the bathroom. Just hang on one sec. Just talk about Ravens. I will be right back.
All right. Now with my pick for the AFC North. I'm a diehard Ravens fan. I've been following them for years. I cannot see them losing this division. The Steelers are not even in the picture right now. The Ravens are all it. Their defense, like I said earlier, they got Lewis, they got Reed, they got Upshaw, they got what?
No, keep talking.
Oh.
Keep talking.
Josh, what's your say on the Ravens right now? Josh, or Deuce, come on and talk about the
Sorry,
Ravens.
guys, I had to handle a little something.
And not to mention, they have a sleeper in who I like to call Scar from Lion King. You know who I'm talking about?
What's that?
Scar?
Ravens?
Yeah.
Who's that?
You know, blanking on the name right now. It's the cornerback.
Ladarius Webb.
Ladarius Webb.
Right.
There
But
we go.
my thoughts on the Ravens. I've always been a fan of them, just because I'm not that big of a fan of the
They're
Steelers.
hard. They hit hard. They're defensive minded.
Now, Joe Flacco is one of the more inconsistent quarterbacks, if you ask me, and he can agree. We were together watching the Pats-Ravens AFC championship game last year, and we all know Billy Cundiff.
Oh, don't even mention his name.
But here's the thing with Baltimore. The defense, like I said about Jets, it's going to be there. Ray Lewis, he's the heart and soul. I don't think there's one player in the NFL I have more respect for. I agree. Is that accurate to say?
Yes.
The guy, he's just plays his heart out. I have so much respect for him. So he'll play for at least another 3 more years.
Even if Joe Flacco has a bad year, they still got that star running back in Ray Rice.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Ray Rice. Watch, he's gonna have a monster year this year. So Ravens there.
Let's move on to the South.
It's gonna be obviously Ravens Steelers.
I think Steelers are gonna be second to that.
Actually,
we have a Steelers
I completely
fan.
forgot about Oh no, because Denver's not in this division. Never mind. That's right.
Cleveland and Cincy are not even.
South. There's not really much to talk about. Texans, I think it's safe to say. Just watch out for Arian Foster. We don't really have to talk much about it. And another thing about AFC South, Maurice Jones-Drew is going to have a monster year.
That's if he shows up. He's
He's
still
locked
locked out
That's right.
But one thing I like to say about the South is, I know Andrew Luck is there, but Colts are still going to be in the bottom. Hands down, they're going to be in the bottom of the division, without a doubt.
And let's see. So the last division, AFC West. I'm sorry, guys. This video's it's our first one together. We're trying to get a nice groove here.
Nice rapport.
AFC West. I'm gonna go with a surprise. I don't know how you feel about this. I'm going with the Chiefs. I really like Matt Castle. I'm so happy for him. He backed us up one year. Obviously, when Brady his leg was destroyed. He's turning into an actual NFL quarterback, and I respect it. He's got Dwayne Bowe to throw to. You get Jamal Charles back, who tore his ACL last year. He's one of the best running backs in the league. And their defense is really young. Eric Berry coming back, too.
I disagree with you completely. I think they're going to be third in the
division. Oh, yeah, I completely forgot. Look who's new in the AFC West. Number 18, Mile High. I completely forgot. But here's the thing. I think the Broncos, I could see them winning their first, 3 or 4 games.
Then they're going a little slide.
But how many games is it going to be before Peyton Manning gets carted off in 18 different pieces? I'm sorry, hasn't the guy had 2 neck surgeries?
He's had 2 or 3 neck surgeries in the past
NFL is such a violent sport, especially with head injuries. You don't want to, fuck around with your neck where he may not be able to walk again, for the rest of his life. So this is coming from a guy who I don't hate the Colts anymore because they're not the same Colts that used to torment the Pats. I despise Peyton Manning, but I have so much respect for him, and he's a stand-up guy, class act, and I really just hope, honestly, he doesn't get hurt. But I don't think the Broncos are going to do that well, to be honest.
I think the Broncos are going to run away with that division.
You
San
do?
Diego is going to be second, and I feel like Kansas City and San Diego are going to fight for that second place. So.
San Diego's always going to be there. Rivers.
Oakland's not.
Oakland.
I don't feel like
Carson Palmer. He just needs to be the Carson Palmer of old with Bengals.
Who's he throwing to?
Darius Hayward-Bay. You got McFadden. That's their bright spot.
That's he's still healthy though.
So they don't have Namdi anymore. That's right. Eagles have him. So again, a recap, rundown. NFC: Dallas, Green Bay, New Orleans, San Francisco for Deuce.
I got Giants, Packers, Panthers, and Niners.
That's for Duda. And the AFC East. AFC, I have Pats winning the East, Ravens winning the North, Texans taking the South, and the Chiefs taking the West.
I got Pats, Ravens, Texans, and Denver. But let me just ask you, for NFC and for the NFC and the AFC, Who do you got coming out the wild card? 2 spots for each.
See, this guy. I didn't want to get in the playoff talks because it's not even NFL regular season. But if you really, so you just want to know.
What's your prediction?
I'm not gonna go. Well, I'll do. I don't want to do predictions.
I'll give you mine. I'll give you mine.
Let's hear what this guy has to say.
I got the Bears. If they don't take first place,
yeah,
in the
I
North,
see. They'll take the wild card.
And
I see what you mean. Like teams like that, if they don't win the division, who will take the wild card?
And then I feel if
I could see the Lions.
Whoever is in second in the South, if it's the Saints or the Panthers, one of those 2 teams is going to be.
I agree. Yep.
And then for the AFC, I got, as much as it kills me to say it, I have the Jets in there. I
could see it.
I could see it. I really don't want to see it though. I don't want to see Tebow past January or past December.
Now here's the thing. This is the one thing I have such a good, and I'm gonna knock on wood. The Pats have such an easy. Their schedules. I don't want to almost say a cakewalk, but that's what it looks like. And now the NFL. Some teams get easier schedules than others, but I don't know. No game is easy.
Football.
The Pats. I've seen the Pats lose to the fucking Browns, and that was 2 years ago. So basically, anyone can beat anyone.
And my last prediction for the wild card is got to be Steelers. As much as it pains me to say it.
I'm not going to give my predictions for that yet because it's way too early, and we got to see how teams look after week 1. That's my thought, but that's pretty much it, guys.
That wraps it up.
I appreciate. God, the video is 40 minutes long. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching this. We're going to do more of these. We're going to try every week.
Every week or so.
Every week.
Basically, we'll see how it goes.
Exactly, but we're definitely going to continue this. We're going to basically just talk about whatever sports shit's happening during that week. And
trending topics.
Exactly. And if you guys want us to talk about anything, inbox me. Just leave in the comment section what you guys think, your thoughts on all this, NFL, MLB, NBA, all that shit. And
no MLS, though.
Yeah, no soccer, none of that. And so no hockey, none of that shit. To my wrestling fans, I apologize. I'll be back making my vid soon. I know SummerSlam is Sunday. I'll be making my predictions vid tomorrow. So yeah, guys, comment, subscribe, and that's pretty much it. This is for pilot episode of First and Deuce. This is the Duda. I'm the Deuce. We're out.